old sign.
I like it. Okay. So are we on?
I'm still waiting for confirmation. Yes. We got that. Okay, we should be streaming and recording. So I'll hand it over to Catherine.
Thank you.
All right, Catherine.
Thanks, Colby.
Host. All right, Catherine, you're the host.
How exciting, Matt. I'm going to make you co-host.
Oh, very exciting. Okay, cool.
All right.
All right, and then just so everyone knows, reminder, there's another meeting at 6:30. There's government affairs at 6:30. Just so you guys know. And so it takes me like 10 minutes. Okay, so
thank you.
All right, have fun.
We will be off in like 45 minutes.
Okay.
Michael,
I got some dinner. All right, bye-bye.
Hey guys. You know, the only thing I hate about this is I can't see anybody's face, as I always say. So, I mean, I still haven't met you, Stacy. Also, you're muted.
Yeah, I was just taking myself off mute. Yeah. I know.
One of these days.
Meet soon.
Yeah, one of these days I'll see your face. I don't mind showing mine off because now I have this light in front of me, so I think it looks just a little bit better. But yeah.
Yeah, my friend refuses to use my laptop for any video, apart from the fact that it sometimes dies, which is like the color on your camera is bad. Like, okay.
I know. All right, so shall we call this? By the way, just so you guys know, before we do, so I have asked like 3 different ways and 3 different times to have somebody else from the council actually join us, but nobody wants to. So there you go. Just thought I'd let you know that. Okay, shall we call this meeting to order?
Yep. Say the time that you're calling to order.
5:03 p.m. We are calling this to order. And you got me as chair, unfortunately, by myself. And then Catherine, are you here?
I am here.
And Stacy, are you here?
I am here.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. So, and I don't think there's anybody, I don't see anybody else from the public, right?
I don't see anyone.
Yeah, just 3 of us. Fantastic. Makes it even easier. So how was the, we have to review the minutes. Sorry, approve the minutes. Sorry, my apologies. So I guess, what do I have to do? Just open up the conversation, right?
You read the motion, you ask for a first and second, and then we discuss and potentially vote.
You know, I should know how to do this by now because I've done so many meetings in my life, but still. All right, motion A to approve the GTLNC September 14th, 2022 Outreach and Elections Committee minutes. Do I have a first?
Catherine will first.
And do
I'll second.
Great. So let's have a conversation. Anything that we saw on there that needs to be changed?
I don't think so.
It's good to me.
Yep.
Okay, then do I have so I take a vote to approve it, right? So
yeah.
The motion is to approve the GTLNC September 14th, 2022 Outreach and Elections Committee minutes. Do I have a first?
You just ask how we vote at this point. We've already done the first and second to open the discussion.
How do you vote, Catherine?
Yes.
How do you vote, Stacy?
Yes.
I do too. 3 yes. We've passed it. Give me 1 second. I gotta lock my door. I'm at the office and everybody just left. I will be right back.
Let's take over while he's gone.
Hmm?
Oh, I was just joking. We'll take over while he's gone.
Yes, let's do it. Okay, meeting over. Yeah.
I mean, I think this will be a pretty quick meeting.
Yeah, there's really not much to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'd love to know, so I guess public comment, there's nobody there, so there is no public comment. And so what I'd love to know is, because you guys went to go see the storage unit on Saturday, I'm so sorry I couldn't make it. How was it? What'd you find?
That's all right. It was cobwebby, but the great news is we actually do have a giant box of tote bags
Oh, okay.
that are the kind that we were going to order. So we can go ahead and use those up, see how popular they are. And we have that funding allocated to tote bags if these end up being super popular and we want to get some more. I know at the general meeting, I think Robin and Colby mentioned, we're coming up on the 100-year centennial of Toluca Lake. So if we were to do bags potentially early next year, tie that in with the centennial in the branding. So that could be kind of neat.
Okay.
But yeah, we've got a bunch of bags. We have a bunch of pens as well. So Stacy and I put together basically a bin that can go with someone to the farmer's market or Turkey Trot or whatever outreach event we end up going to that has some of the logo merch to give away, as well as a handful of other things that could be useful there, like zip ties and clips and things like that. We do have a pop-up tent, admittedly, that it's broken, but like can stand. It's just hard to set up. But we do have a pop-up tent and we have a couple small tables that could be used as well as tablecloths.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Well,
they're
I
all
think-
in boxes by the door, so it's easy to get to.
Well, so what Stacey and I had talked about was I have a table at my house and a tablecloth, so I'm happy to just bring the table and bring a tablecloth, and all we need then is just the box, and we can sit down and kind of have a conversation with people. Is the tablecloth that you found, is it branded?
One is, several are not.
Okay, because if the one is that's branded, we can use that one because it's better to have
Mhm.
a brand on it. I just have a regular black one, so cool.
Yeah, these are branded. They're like forest green, the sort of Toluca green
Oh, cool.
color.
That's great. So we don't have to spend the money on the tote bags for now. We have it, but we don't have to spend
Yeah.
money on it. That will make Jonathan and Tess very happy.
Yeah.
So then the question is, because what I would like then is to actually have dates on the calendar to get folks to volunteer with us. And I know for a fact that Fred and Kevin both agreed to volunteer, and so did Robin. I think I voluntold her, but she's agreed to volunteer. So that's 3 of them, and there's 3 of us. So do we want to just like maybe pick a Sunday in October and a Sunday in November?
Well, on October 16th, oh, sorry, hold on one second. On October 16th, I told Catherine, it looks like I have booked Representative Tony Cardenas for the flea market.
Okay.
I mean, for the farmer's market. So I don't know if that's a good week for us to go because it should be his first event in Toluca Lake now that he's our new representative, because Brad Sherman was redistricted. So
what about the following then, the October 23rd?
that's
I don't
open.
know. I think it might be a good idea to be there when he's there, because wouldn't that probably increase turnout and also give us the opportunity to interact with him?
Sure.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like if we've got a representative there, that might be a draw that would
And-
increase the regular turnout. That would be an opportunity.
And his people said that they would canvass the area and post that he was going to be at the flea market.
Farmer's market.
Farmer's market. I know I keep saying flea market, but it's not definite yet. I won't know until next week, obviously, because of his schedule, and we never know what's happening in DC.
Okay. Well, okay.
And then the 30th, the only reason why that would be good is Rich is planning on doing a Halloween themed week. So he wants everyone to be in costume.
Cool.
I know the homeowner association is going to have a bike ride that's going to start at the farmer's market. But again, it's Halloween, and is it our place to be there on Halloween, and would people be interested?
I don't see why not. I think that actually would be great. But we also have, okay, so why don't we do, I mean, you know him, if he's okay with it, can we do the 16th and the 30th? And then we have 2 days that we're there in the month of October, see how we do.
And then take November off.
And then November is going to be the Turkey Trot, and December the open house. So yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Okay, I'll reach out to Rich and let you know what he says.
Okay. Is it okay, Catherine, for you? I mean, you just muted yourself.
Technical difficulties. Yes, those work.
Okay, so let's plan for that. Okay, so the 16th and the 30th. So since next week is the council meeting, do you mind, Stacy, just letting me know, I guess, before, and then I'll have the dates for people to volunteer?
Yeah, and hopefully by the meeting, I will know if we're going to have Tony Cardenas, which I'm assuming we would, because they need to get him to Toluca Lake before, since we're going to be, we're new to him.
Okay.
The only thing is I'll be a little bit late because I donate platelets on the 16th and the 30th, but I'll try to get in earlier so I could get there as close to opening time as possible.
It's just so crazy to me that you do that every week.
Every other week.
Every other week.
Oh, but the other thing is that we have to pick up the boxes. When did he say we had to pick up the boxes? By the 9th?
Yeah, I think we'd have to pick them up this weekend.
Okay.
So, it might be worthwhile, Matt, if you're able to just pick up the boxes and store them in your garage or something. Because it's only like one, big tub. It's not like a ton of stuff. It's just a tub.
Okay, I can. It's just I won't be here this weekend. So,
well, maybe he'll be available tomorrow. He's going on vacation, so that's why.
I see.
Yeah, we'll coordinate offline to figure out when we can get someone over there to pick up from him.
I'd love to. And then it's easy for me to store it. It's very easy for me to store it.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. So the 16th and the 30th, assuming that he says it's fine, that's when we'll do the farmer's market. And then I'll be able to tell folks to volunteer. It's not a long day, so it's not like we need more than we need 2 people at a table. That's it, right? I mean, it's not a crazy long day.
No, it's 9:30 to 2:30. Setup begins around 9. And it's better to get there, whoever you want to designate to set up the tent, which is the other thing we need to take from the church.
Okay.
So you can drive your car on before 9:30 into the parking lot.
Okay.
After 9:30, then it's, open. So, but it's not hard.
Cool. I'm just writing myself. Okay. We can figure that out. Okay, cool. Then I'll mention that. And I could even get like 2 shifts of volunteers. Again, it's not like it's a huge amount of time, but we'll see who can do that. Okay, great. And then, so the next item is the Turkey Trot and the holiday open house.
The Turkey Trot we are set for. I spoke to him, so we would just need to bring the table, just that box, the table, and the tent.
Okay. And so we need people there.
Correct.
Okay. And the same thing with the holiday open house? That's like the whole block? Isn't that the whole block?
Yeah.
So where would we be?
So historically, there's been, stuff that's out on the street. And then there's also this sort of collection behind, what is it, the Ramsey Schilling building where the farmer's market is. And so usually GTLNC has ended up there. And we've got like Christmas decor in the storage. We actually, I think, might have some Thanksgiving decor and Halloween decor if we want to grab that for the other holidays. So yeah, I mean, in the past, we've just set up our pop-up and done it there. I think a lot of the time the tables are provided, but that would be something to confirm with the chamber. Chamber runs holiday open house, right? Yeah.
I think so. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so then we need, so just so I understand and make sure I know what I'm talking about next week, we need volunteers, assuming everything's fine, for those 2 dates in October, so the 16th and the 30th, and volunteers for the Turkey Trot on November 20th, and volunteers for the holiday open house on December 3rd.
The other thing is, and I don't know anything about it, but Richard mentioned to me on the 28th, there's going to be a harvest festival with some of the stores on Riverside. I don't know who's responsible for that.
Okay.
But if we're doing the 16th and the 30th, do we want to do another event on the
Sure.
28th?
Yeah. I mean, I don't, but if somebody else does.
I'll see.
I
I
think-
just,
I was just going to say, I think why don't we figure out what the availability of the rest of the board to volunteer at this is before we start committing ourselves to a bunch of stuff. But maybe let's make that list and have you present it
Sure.
to the board. I don't know if you want to do a Google poll or doodle to see who's willing to sign up for those.
Honestly, I think I'm just gonna ask for it that night. I don't want to do a doodle and all that stuff. People can figure it out. People can figure it out while they're at their meeting. Look at their phones and tell me if they want to do it or not. It's not that complicated. It shouldn't be that.
Good luck. You may be more optimistic than I am.
I know how this is gonna work. It's fine. That's what I'm gonna try, and we'll see how it goes. But I don't think another event in October. I think that's enough, personally. But I think that's enough. Okay, cool. So I've got my times and my dates, and that will be for next week.
it's a shame that the candy went bad because we could have given out the candy on the 30th.
I mean, in theory, we don't know if the candy went bad, but the candy was at least 3 years old. So for health and safety purposes.
That's all we need. We poison the kids.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah.
Well, at least people know about us because we'll be in the news as the place that poison kids.
It's really well. I'm going to Costco because I need to buy bags of candy for our house for Halloween anyway. So I'm sure I'll have an extra bag that I can bring on the 30th. No big deal.
Yeah, and obviously if there are any desires to actually purchase stuff, and it would need to be a funding motion prior to purchase.
Sure.
If you're just using leftover candy, that's a different story. But anything that is an actual purchase would need a funding motion.
Right. I know how this works. Okay.
Yeah. I just know our former president got sort of he was out of luck because he purchased coffee and then put in for it afterward, and it wasn't a pre-approved cost.
I know how it all. I mean, yeah. Okay.
But in seriousness, I can talk English. Should we ask for like $100 to get like a bunch of bags at Costco?
I don't
and then put the candy in the bags?
No, I think it's already complicated enough that I already got that money for the tote bags. I'd rather just
Okay, no worries.
not. And honestly though, and I don't know how it works in terms of all the other stuff, but I'm really gonna have extra bags, so I'm happy to just bring a bag or two and not get reimbursed for it. I just don't know I don't know how that works.
That's fine.
Okay.
There's no real issue there.
Fine, great. Then I'll just do that.
But it is Toluca Lake, and maybe we will have a lot of kids this year. So will you have a bag?
I will make sure to have a bag, and everybody will be fine then. Okay, so then item C is the neighborhood council elections. I don't know what, from what we've done before, I don't know what else to add to this.
So this is for the election website, right?
Right.
I think that as information starts coming out about, when there are learn how to be a candidate events, or like when the application period opens, we'll add that stuff. And if there's any updated information about, rules about how to vote or anything like that, that can get updated. I think right now, at least from my cursory glancing at the Empower LA website and the city clerk, The Empower LA website is just like, there's nothing on the elections page as of last week. It just goes to this page not found. So someone should probably tell Erica that, our Dunn rep. And then the city clerk has a pretty good website as far as information about the elections coming up, and there should be more appearing as like candidate filing periods open up, which ours doesn't open until like February.
Right.
So we do have time.
Okay. So that's
Yeah.
great.
Oh, the one other thing is the website is officially like up to date as far as we can get it. It now has the 2023 dates on it. So if anyone stumbles on it, they're good.
Okay, so then that's good. And then the last piece is working sessions. So I asked, I don't remember what you told me if you were on the meeting or not last time, but I asked for anything from any of the members or any of the committee chairs to send us for the website, and nobody sent me anything. So I can ask again. Happy to ask again for any updates that they want to see, but no one's sent me anything.
Yeah, I mean, I guess ask again, ask people to take a look at the website. I mean, I think that it's already more navigable as far as like finding documents and stuff for meetings. But yeah, I would like us to put our heads together and do an FAQ. And I would love to have questions from chairs that they get a lot. But, you know, we kind of know where to start. So maybe in the next month, we can offline draft some stuff and present it at the next meeting for what we'd like to put on the FAQ. And
But I'll ask again. I'll ask again for the committee chairs to send questions. I'll do it again. Maybe this time they will.
yeah, I mean, I know it's like pulling teeth to get them to send their, you know, agendas and bullet points and stuff on time in the first place. So
I didn't, as you saw, I didn't, but I didn't see that email from Robin until last night. So,
yeah.
but yeah, no, I know. I'll ask again. You know what? Maybe again, maybe I can, since I have some time, I don't know how crazy the meeting's going to be next week. But I'll just ask people to say something while we're on the call. Like, do
Yeah.
you have something right now to tell me?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So I'll ask for the FAQ thing. Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it can't hurt. Okay, and then so new business is the art contest for website thumbnails or election promo images. How do you want me to do that?
I mean, that was just an idea that I had. And if we think that's a good one to try to get the word out that GTLNC exists and, you know, contacting schools and putting stuff out in the HOA newsletter or chamber newsletter, just for people that are interested in entering. We might need to confirm with Erica what sort of rules we need to have in place, because I don't think we could issue any sort of payment as a prize, but we could, you know, do a raffle of everyone that enters and give a small non-monetary prize or something. But, you know, I think if this is something we want, because the only reason is I made a handful of really generic, you know, stock images for each of the committees. I don't know if we would like to have something a little bit more interesting than a stock image of a swan or some traffic cones. Like, we also don't have to. This is just a proposal, and if we don't think it's a good idea, then I don't care. It's fine.
When I talk about next week, the website, and by the way, I don't know if you saw it, but we completely like gave you props for doing that, by the way. So I don't know if you saw that or heard that, but we were very clear that you like made this whole thing happen. So just so you know, because you did, and you should get that. I can ask again. I'll ask if anybody had any questions or anything they want to see different on the website. And by the way, should we do something about anything like that, like thumbnails? We'll see what they have to say for themselves. What I didn't get yet, Catherine, and I am still waiting, but I don't know how much longer I can, is I didn't get the homeless stuff to put up there. And I know Tess had asked, just put up what she put together. So is that something we can just put up what she sent me?
Yeah, we can work together to create a page and a little downloadable file for that. Yeah,
Okay.
that should be easy to do. We can coordinate, you and I, whenever we're in town, and can chat through it.
Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna let her know that we're adding that because I know she's gonna ask me. So I will let her know.
Yeah, we'll set a goal. We'll try to get on there before the end of this month.
Okay, done. Deal.
Back to the like logos contest. I mean, if you want, I'm gonna be going around trying to help Rich like get some donations for the October 30th. You know, like, so I don't know if you want me to see if any of the stores on Riverside would give us a gift certificate for the winners.
I think let's pause on that,
Okay.
because we'll need to make sure that we would even be allowed to give that away as any sort of prize. Because of course, if we're selecting a winner, then there could be conflict of interest that would come into play. Whereas if it's just a raffle, it's different. But let's hold on that until we even know if we're doing
Okay.
the contest.
Yeah, no, I agree. Just in case everything, yeah. But I mean, if we do it, I think that would be a great idea. And people, I would love to win something from one of the stores on Riverside. Okay. Any other new business? Any other new business, guys, that you want to talk about?
I got nothing.
I got nothing either, Catherine.
I have two things. One is the storage unit inventory. I have been remiss, but I am going to put together a list to send to exec, and I'll include you guys because most of it is about stuff for events. So there's things like kids' art supplies from back when we, had Earth Day events and stuff like that. And I don't know how much of it we're at a point where we ought to let it go. Because I mean, as we saw with the totes, and I'm the person that packed all this stuff up and took it to the storage. Barely anyone remembers what's in there. And so the more inventory you have to manage, the less likely it is people are going to remember what we have. So I don't know if that's something we should sort of explore at the next meeting of what outreach stuff we actually want to keep and what at this point we're not technically paying for storage right now, but we might have to at some point. What is worthwhile actually paying to store versus like, this is a bin of paper towels, just donate them and we'll buy new paper towels when we actually need to use them again. And it's been 3 years. We haven't touched them. So
Yeah, we can bring up, so that can be on the agenda for next month.
yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And then the other thing is, I can't remember exactly where this came up, whether it was at a previous meeting or some email that I saw recently, was a question about letterhead for the neighborhood council.
Yeah.
This isn't really within the outreach responsibilities, but I don't know if we should bring up like actually having letterhead in order to submit, for CISs or requests for action letters, like have something that looks a little more official than just this is a blank Word document.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not really our that's not us, but
it's not really us. I only thought of us as like the outward facing committee.
Right.
And so that is to an extent outward facing, but it's not really outreach. It's probably something exec should address, but I don't know if we want to bring it up to them.
Sure. I mean, I can also just email Colby.
Yeah, that's probably easiest.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Stacey, do you have anything else?
I do not.
Easy peasy. Easy meeting. Okay. Well, then if nothing else, then the meeting is adjourned at 5:30 p.m.
Oh my God.
We did
That's
good.
amazing.
I know we did good. And so the next one will be Wednesday, November 9th at 6:30 p.m. By the way, like, I don't know what you guys want to do, but I'm happy to make them earlier. They don't have to be so late. Your call, but they don't have to be so late.
Yeah, I mean, I recommend keeping it at least after 6 because a lot of people do end up working kind of late, or, even if they get off work at 5, they've got a couple things to do before they can do a meeting. If we want to do it earlier, we can, but I would say not earlier than 6 for most people.
Whatever you guys want. If you want to make it 6, cool. If you want to keep it at 6:30, it's fine too. Whatever makes you guys happy.
I'm easy, whatever works for y'all.
All right, well, let's just keep it for 6:30 then in November, since I changed it for this month.
Okay.
Okay. And you're okay, Catherine, doing the minutes for this?
Yeah, I can put together minutes for this.
Sorry. I hate having you do that, but
They're pretty short, especially when our meetings are,
half hour.
26 minutes.
I'm proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself here. Cool. All right. So I know what I have to do for next week at the council meeting, and that's it. That's all I got. So I hope you guys have a phenomenal, lovely evening.
Thank you.
You as
And
well.
I will let y'all know when I hear from Rich about the 16th and 30th.
Yeah, please email me
Yeah.
before next week if you can. That would be great.